everyone. Thank you for requesting a demonstration of the AIA Contract Documents online service. My name is Sarah, and I'm going to take you through how you can create, share, and manage your construction project documents using the AIA Contract Documents software, which is what you're seeing on your screen now. If, as we go along here, you have any questions for us about the software or our documents, or really any questions at all, just type that question in using the chat icon in your GoToWebinar window, and we'll direct it to the best person on our team to get you an answer and then follow up with you via email after the webinar. Either way, however, everyone who's attending will receive a follow-up email from AIA Contract Documents, and that's going to include a recording of the demonstration, so you have that for whenever it's useful for you to reference or pass it along to any team members. So to get started, I just want to begin by answering the question, what if I have questions or want to do some more exploring after the demo is over? So I'm going to get started by just clicking on the Help tab up here. I'm in the online service now. If at any point you'd like instructions on using the online service, a good place to go is this Help tab. This is going to have a series of instructions on the online service, and that's going to include written instructions for you to view at any time, and also short videos to help walk you through some of these key items here that you may want to be doing as you're working in the online service. So to get instructions on specific aspects of using the online service, the Help place is again a great resource. There are also going to be different instructions and summaries and FAQs on our documents. You can filter over here based on the type of document you're looking for, what kind of resource you're looking for as well. And there are also questions and answers about purchasing. Things like templates and what we have available, certain FAQs, a lot of information there. So the Help section is a great place to get any specific questions answered. If you would like to talk to a customer support team member about a specific question, you can go to the Support tab here, and I'm going to point out this Contact Us section. AIA Contract Documents has two different support teams based on what questions you may have. So if you have any technical questions on using the online service, if you have any questions about the purchase process or what license to purchase, we'll be going over that in a little bit, but you can give our purchase and technical support team a call or an email there. And again, you can also give them a call to note any online service technical difficulties, or if you forget how to perform certain functions, they can help with that as well. If you have any questions on our documents themselves, so the content of our documents, things like contract terminology, what templates we have available, if you're not sure certain aspects or what differentiates templates, then you can give our content support team a call. We also call them our docinfo line, so you can give them a call or an email there. Just note, we cannot provide legal advice, but we can get you in touch with someone who knows the documents very well and guide you through the terminology and different documents that we have available. So that's another place you can go for any specific questions if, you'd like to talk to a real person. If you'd like some general resources and learning more about working with AIA Contract Documents in general, in terms of industry trends, then you can go to our Learn tab here. This is going to have a series of trainings and resources, and that's going to include upcoming webinars. For example, you can filter by live training. It's also going to include past recorded webinars that we have produced, and including also video series, and different articles that may be available. So for example, I'll take a look at articles here. You're going to see a wide range of articles in terms of content here. For different project team members, you're going to see examples of projects that have used our documents successfully and what they did. That can provide helpful insight, and also just commentary on current trends, risk management. There is a lot of resources here that you may find helpful. So if you have the time after today, I recommend taking a look through the Learn tab and seeing what resources are applicable to you that you may find helpful with working with these documents in general. But without further ado, we're going to spend the rest of the live demo in the online service itself, which I have open here. So this is a browser-based application, so you're going to be working in a browser here. So let's begin with the issue of, I know I need a contract document, but I'm not sure which template to use. I may know generally what I need to accomplish with the document and who's involved, but I'm not sure how that translates to an AIA contract document template. So AIA Contract Documents usually has around 200 templates for you to use to create your own documents, which is a huge list. So we provide you with tools in the template library to narrow down that list of templates so that you can choose the best templates for your contract needs at the moment. So I've clicked on the Template Library tab here, which gives you full access to all of our standard templates. Now you can sort through the templates by searching up here, or you can use the filters over here to the left. You can filter by series and or family, which just are grouping mechanisms that we use to keep our documents organized. So series has to do with the use of the document. A series are your owner-contractor agreements. B series are your owner-architect agreements. C series are other agreements. You can find, for example, consultant agreements here. D series are miscellaneous documents. E series are exhibits, so they go at the end of documents. And G series are administrative forms. So then families are grouped based on the type of project or particular project delivery method. So you can see the different families there. You can also filter by who's involved. So let's say, for example, I came here knowing I want an owner-architect agreement. So I filter by B series here. And then once I've narrowed it down, I can see there's this B101, this owner-architect agreement. Great. But below that, when I look a little further, I also see that there is an abbreviated version of the owner-architect agreement, and below that there is a short form version of the owner-architect agreement. I may not know the difference between these three templates, or at least not enough to decide which one I want to use for my project. And if that's ever the case, if you're trying to decide between 2 or 3 templates, you can select up to 3 templates on the checklist here, and you can click side-by-side comparison here. That's going to take each template and break it down by its properties so that you have a quick and easy way to compare templates side by side. So it's going to go through important things like, of course, the purpose. You'll see things like the length, but also how is insurance addressed? How is termination addressed? Key elements that you may want to be comparing when you're deciding which template is right for you. So again, you have a quick and easy way to compare and narrow down the templates. Now, if you can't narrow it down that far yet, you're not sure what to search or really where to begin, you can click this Help Me Select an AIA Template button. That's just going to take you through a series of simple project questions on what you're looking for. So things like, are you looking for a form? Are you looking for an agreement? And then as you answer the questions, it's going to prompt a follow-up question for you to answer. And then after about, I would say, 5 questions on average, it's going to give you a significantly narrowed down list of applicable templates based on your answers to the questions. From there, you can further narrow it down by accessing the preview of the template to see what's in it in detail. You can access the synopsis to get a quick 1 to 3 paragraph of what's covered, and you can access the document instructions. All of those contain information that will help you further narrow this list down. Now, you might be in the place where you know which templates you need to use. You may have used a select few many times in the past, but every time you start a new document, you find yourself making those same standard edits every time based on your preferences or your standard project setups. And you don't have time to keep starting from scratch every time you make a new document. In these cases, you can create a custom template and build your own custom template library so that you can start new draft documents with your custom edits already incorporated. So let's say, for example, that the B104, this abbreviated owner-architect agreement, is my go-to agreement for a lot of my new projects. But every time I start from scratch with that standard template, I'm removing certain clauses or adding certain clauses, and I just want to create my own custom version of the B104 to have on hand so that, again, I'm not starting from scratch every time. I'm starting from my customly made starting point. So to do that, you can simply download a blank template. That's going to open up in Microsoft Word, and then you just make your edits, making any additions or deletions you would like to be part of your custom template. So here's just an example. Say you want to create a document without a digital data exhibit, so you remove the referential language to that exhibit, like I'm doing here. Now, when you're working in an AIA Contract Documents software-generated file, you have a lot of flexibility. You can add and delete text, you can add tables, pictures, bulleted lists. You can leverage Microsoft Word's review features here, such as track changes and the compare and combine features here. This can be very helpful when you're passing the document around to different contributors. And then when I'm done working on my template, I can import that to my custom template library, and then it's saved to my account. So next time I'm ready to use a B104, I have the option of using my custom version, so those changes are already done. That's going to save me a ton of time. Now I can create as many custom templates as I like. If I want to have 5 different versions of the B104 based on different project types or situations, I can do that. Custom templates are available whether you're working with customizable single documents, purchasing one at a time, or you have an unlimited access license. You're still going to have access to any custom templates you create on your account. Now, staying on the issue of not having the time to start from scratch every time with your contracts, I'm going to walk you through how you can use projects to streamline your project details and save you a ton of time so that contract drafts will just generate with your cover page, so that project team information already filled out for you. So I'm going to set us up with a sample project here. You can spend about a minute just filling out your basic project details, like I'm doing here. And then a minute assigning your project team from your contact library, which you can build yourself in your online service account. So contacts you've worked with before will be saved in a master contact list on your account, and you can enter new contacts at any time. All you have to do to enter a contact is just press this Create Contact button, and then you see there's many different categories that you can assign to a contact based on possible parties to any agreements. Enter their firm information. You also have the opportunity to enter representative information if you'd like to save that separately, and then that's saved to your master list, and you can add them as project team members for any projects moving forward. And from then on, any new documents I create from this project are going to be started with my project details already done. So let's take a look at an example here and create a new document for my sample project. And I can use a standard template, but I may want to use my custom template. So all I have to do is click on this template name here. That's going to download a draft document onto my computer on Microsoft Word, so let me open that up. And right away I can see that a lot of this is already done for me. Taking a look at the cover page here, my project team contact information has already been filled in for me. So that's already done. My project details are already in there. When I scroll down a little bit, because remember we're using our custom template where I made some deletions around here, those changes are already implemented. I don't have to worry about them. So as soon as I download this draft document, I can hit the ground running and start filling out the document. Now, as you start working your way through this document, filling it out, that's a great time to hop onto our home pages, go to the Documents tab. You can quickly just search the document you're using and bring up the instructions, and that'll walk you through how to fill out each fill point, and you can work your way through this document quickly and easily. So you can see here that the instructions go fill point by fill point and give you a little additional insight to help you go through and fill out this document. And we have instructions for every document that we have available. Just as I mentioned before, you have a lot of flexibility to leverage the review features from Microsoft Word. You can save this file and revisit it as many times as you'd like. You can email it around. You can add pictures, tables, bulleted lists. You have a lot of flexibility with editing offline. And then once you are ready to turn this into a finalized document, you've reviewed it, all the eyes that need to see it have seen it, then all you have to do is save the document to your computer and then go to the online service and just import that edited Word document. And that's going to bring up the option to finalized. So it'll be saved to your account in draft form. I'm going to go ahead and finalize it. And that's going to give me a few options for my document. For authenticity purposes, all finalized agreements will have a variance markup on them, just meaning that your additions and deletions will be noted in the final. Now, it's up to you whether you would like a clean variance markup in which your additions and deletions are marked all the way at the end in an additions and deletions report, or if you would like a comparative variance markup in which your changes are marked throughout the body of the document. I also have my settings set here to allow for digital signature placeholders if I'd like them. So I'm going to go ahead and select digital signature placeholders with my final. We'll see what that looks like in a second. And then the name of the signing authority is whoever is taking responsibility for the authenticity of the document. All I have to do is type my name in there. So when I press OK, that's going to automatically generate a finalized document. And that's going to download on my computer, and it's also going to save as a download link to my online service account, so I have access to that final document wherever I can log into the online service. So my final document looks lovely. It's formatted, it's locked, so it's protected from any additional changes. Because this is a clean variance markup, the only indication that changes have been made is this little line indicator over here to the left margin, unless you delete an entire paragraph, in which you'd get that little paragraph deleted note there. And then when I scroll all the way to the bottom, I have my signature lines, which are automatically populated with the name of whoever needs to sign. And I have an attached digital signature placeholders page right underneath. And that's going to include placeholders that will allow me to use my own digital signature and my own digital signing software on the finalized document. And then under that, I have my additions and deletions report, which will go through my changes to the original template, again, to maintain authenticity of the document. And then below that is just the certification of authenticity. That's going to be at the end of every finalized agreement. This is the name of the signing authority right here. And this does just that. It certifies the authenticity of the document. So my next hypothetical that you may relate to is I need a solution for completing administrative forms. I may not be worried too much about the contracts or just need to be able to do forms in addition, but I need a way to complete my forms, such as payment applications and change orders, easily and efficiently. These forms, they can be frequent and they can be tedious, so I need a good system to help me get them done, keep them organized, keep them accurate, and just get on with my project. So the process for editing and finalizing forms in the online service is a bit different. It's all done online so that you can access them quickly, make your changes, get them done, and save your data online to link them to each other. So to demonstrate some of that, I'm going to get us started with a continuation sheet. If we're completing payment applications, we want to start with that G703, get my schedule of values all listed out here. So I'm going to get my administrative items covered in the top right here, just quickly and easily, and then I can get to work filling out each line item. Now I'm just going to fill in some example lines here, And as I go through this, I'll mention that we do offer training on completing these payment applications and change orders in the online service. So if you need a little help, we're there to help. And you also have our docinfo line if you have any questions about filling out these forms. Again, we know they can be tedious. We know they can take a long time. So we try to provide you with enough resources to help get you started and get on your way. So I'm going to fill out, again, some example line items here. A lot of these areas around here are going to automatically calculate for me, so I have to fill out as little as possible. I'm going to zoom out here so we can see everything. And then I'm going to save this draft to my project. Now, a huge benefit of being able to do your forms online is that when I create my accompanying G702 to go along, so that's my payment application, to go along with my continuation sheet, I can import the line items from the continuation sheet that I just filled out. So there it is. And that's automatically going to import certain totals and certain values so that a lot of these areas, such as, for example, the total completed and stored to date, are already, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here, are already filled in for me. So that way, as I go along here, all I really have to do is fill out the retainage if needed, and that automatically calculates the totals for me. So I can see that my project details have auto-populated at the top. My totals have mostly auto-populated on the left side here. All I really have to do, plug in my retainage, and the form is mostly done for me. Then, right from there, I can just generate my final right from the online editor. That's going to give me my finalized document for the architect to then certify. Quick and easy. And now, hypothetically, let's say it's the next pay period, and we're going to use another continuation sheet here to show how you can import data from continuation sheet to continuation sheet, or pay period to pay period. And just simply click Import, pick my most recent continuation sheet, and that's going to automatically carry over all of my line items. And it's also going to move money that was accounted for in last pay period that is now accounted for in a previous application. So it's automatically taken those totals and moved them from what was this period to the previous period. And this is also going to be true for any change orders that I create. So if I create one change order, again, most of my project details have automatically populated at the top here. And for example, if I do an additive change order and account for an increase in sum here, then I'm going to go ahead and save this as a draft. I can finalize if I would like to. And then when I go to create my next change order, I can, much like I did for my payment applications, import from my previous change order, my most recent, and that is going to automatically populate this amount right here, the net change by previously authorized change order. So that's going to keep your change order amounts cumulative and again, keep you on track so that you can focus on your project. So we've made quite a few documents since we've been here together. Let's say, for example, that I would like to combine a few of these finalized documents with each other. Let's just say, for example, I want to take a payment application and its continuation sheet and put them into one PDF file so that they're together in one file for my own filing purposes, or if another party prefers one PDF. And let's just say, for example, I also have my own attachment or my own cover page that I've made myself, and I would like to be part of that combined PDF. So I'm going to bring up an example attachment here. And let's say this is a PDF that I made myself, and again, I would like to include it in my combined PDF that also includes this payment application and continuation sheet. All I have to do, I'm going to return to the online service here. I'm going to use that same import file button that we used to import our document drafts, and I'm just going to find that file on my computer. And I'm going to import it to my project documents in PDF form. So there it is. Once I have all of the PDFs I'd like to combine, including any finalized documents and any PDFs I made myself, I can go back to the main projects tab here. I can click Create Project Manual. And all I have to do is select from a checklist here of documents that I'd like to combine in my project. Use the arrows to order them as I'd like. And just as quick as that, I can rename if I want. Press OK, and that's going to combine them all into one file. And that too is saved as a download link to my project document, so I can access that project manual from wherever I can log into the online service. And there is my combined PDF, no matter if it's software-generated PDFs, man-made PDFs, or a combination. So you can see that just in the time we've been working in the online service, we've created several documents and gone over a range of features that allow you to maintain flexibility while giving you a leg up to get your contracts done quickly and get on your way. So thank you for taking the time to look through the online service with me today. To get access to the online service, and with it our full range of document templates, you can visit aiacontracts.org/purchase. You can purchase a basic single document, which involves picking out a standard template, plugging in your project details, and that spits you out a finalized document. With a basic single document, you cannot edit the legal language. If you'd like to edit any of the legal language, you can either get a customizable single document, in which you may only finalize a draft one time, or you can get an unlimited 1-year access license, in which you can create and finalize documents to your heart's content. So if you haven't yet, take a look and see which option is right for you. And again, thank you very much for your time and have a great rest of your day.